I was reached out by AirSeekers to test out their Tron 2400 autonomous lawnmower. Okay, well, let's go ahead and give this one a shot, shall we? My first suggestion is to change the name from AirSeekers to Grass Seekers. And this actually retails for $2,099. Now let's go over some of the specs. This is a fully autonomous lawnmower, has smart obstacle avoidance, has a user-friendly and intuitive app control, it has auto recharging to ensure 24/7 operation, has a 360 AI vision navigation system, it has RTK to ensure precise mapping and obstacle avoidance, has an IPX6 waterproof rating and reliable operation in all weather conditions, has a swappable plug-in battery designed for extended runtime, and has a FlowCut Mulching chamber that delivers ultra-fine grass clippings for a healthier, cleaner lawn. And this thing has cameras all around it, two in the front, one on the side, and another one in the back. This means it will help avoid obstacles. It also has a rain sensor on the top, that's what those two dots are. And you have emergency stop, OK button, play, and return home to charge. Now it has these 30-degree omnidirectional wheels. It kind of reminds me of if someone breaks a tie rod and it snaps in front, but it's to ensure it drives straight, I guess. It has this pretty cool see-through frame. It's nice and sturdy. And then it has independent paddle wheels on the back for traction. Pretty slick looking machine. And the door can be popped open to remove the battery if you so choose and swap it out. Most models in this class doesn't have it. And of course it has that nice IPX6 rating. Unlike its competitors, this actually has dual blades on the top and the bottom. This actually helps with mulching your grass. Most lawnmowers in this class only have one set of blades and doesn't really mulch, it just clips. And this ensures that it does mulch. And it also has these guides to help track the grass into the blade system. Pretty ingenious. Now you won't get edge-to-edge trimming on this lawnmower because of these grab handles, and it's just for safety, and you're looking about 4 1/8 inches on both sides. Installation only took about 10 minutes. The longest part was setting up this RTK antenna. It has 3 individual rods that screw together and you had to feed the wire all the way through each of them. The base is secured down with 4 screws that go into your lawn, and you have 2 sets of wires that come out, and you could plug in your RTK and the base station power right to it. The AirSeeker will actually return to its home base to recharge on its own, whether it's in the middle of a job and needs to extend its mowing time or when it's complete. The app is very friendly to use, and it's going to walk you through registering an account first. After you register and scan the QR codes for the machine and the RTK, it's going to ask you if you want to do a firmware upgrade, and I suggest that you do that. This upgrade took about 10 minutes. Then it will walk you through on how to actually map out your lawn. I found that the steering was super sensitive. You can actually see how it's just a little bit wobbly going down the path. You also have some cutting and maintenance options from your grass clipping height. I set mine to 60 and as well as angle. This is new. I haven't seen this type of feature before. So I did my backyard on an angle, just something different. Then you can have stability, you can have mowing shape, and your turnaround. I would definitely mess around with the turnaround because it may not be efficient just doing that little swing that you see it does. And it might be more efficient if you try different ones. You really don't realize how bad your lawn really looks until you get up close and personal with it. See all those clovers? Yeah, that's where a pool was. We did do grass seed, but the clovers took over first. I really can't get my mind around these Omni wheels in the front. They're at 30 degrees. It just feels like it's fighting itself. And I guess it's going straight, and Gunnar now has a companion in the backyard, and I think he's more interested in the drone. Yep. The app said that it would take 220 minutes to complete the whole backyard, and they actually did it on one charge. And for obstacle avoidance, well, Gunnar wants to play with the AirSeeker, and the AirSeeker doesn't want anything to do with him, and he just turns away, and Gunnar's now left without something to play with. I decided to do a zone B with a path. That way the lawnmower could actually go between zones. And this will go back and forth and do a checkerboard once it's all done. I suggest doing the checkerboard cut because you'll notice if it only goes one direction, it will actually miss some. And that's true with almost every autonomous lawnmower. And you can see actually how well this mulches. In this little vacant area here, I was able to find all these grass clippings. And you can see how well this has done, especially with the straight lines. It does a really good job, and it's pretty quick for only having such a small blade on there. Pretty impressed. And it actually did go back and recharge on its own. Now let's go over some of the pluses and minuses. I did find the setup be super fast and easy, and it actually did perform very well. And I do believe that it's priced accordingly for how small it is and expected lawn size. And the operation is super quiet. And it avoided obstacles, especially Gunner. It didn't want anything to do with him. Now some of the negatives. These Omni wheels. 30 degrees in, I'm not sure about that. It really looks like it's struggling to go straight, but I'm no engineer. I was unable to map the right side of my neighbor's lawn. I can map all the way in the front, but only literally 50 feet away from the RTK, I couldn't map it. So I have a ticket in with AirSeekers. And it's rather tall for a mower in its class, so some obstacles you may not be able to avoid. And lastly, don't put your dock in dirt because it really does not have the traction to navigate around dirt. And once it actually gets traction, it's like watching my wife trying to back up her car. It's just a three-ring circus. It really does not know where to go. It loses all of its orientation, and you can see right here, it just will now try to climb up onto the docking station. So make sure it's on grass. But in reality, these autonomous lawnmowers are just such a time saver. You could just go ahead and do other things like make a brisket and just do whatever you want while the lawnmower is just doing its thing. So whether you are, just looking to save time, or if you're disabled or a senior citizen, take a look at these autonomous lawnmowers. And of course, if you're looking to purchase this, hopefully I've given you all the information you need to know. And of course, links will be down in the description if you're looking to purchase. Thanks again for tuning in to Tripod's Garage. Please have a wonderful day, evening, or weekend, or whenever you decide to watch this video. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on Tripod's Garage. Hey Gunner. Hey Gunner. You look really comfortable up there. You doing okay? Just want to make sure.